Hello and welcome to the Ichorr guide by Chili Papa. Ichorr is a support tank. He is a healer with good base armor and magic resist, being able to heal himself and his allies to keep them in the fight and protect vulnerable allies. He deals physical damage with his attacks and physical damage with his abilities. However, if your team's DPS is ineffective or non-existent, you may have to do the damage yourself. I will show you a build which can transition from support to DPS with low gold loss if your team needs it. Needs, not wants. Identifying and satisfying your team's needs when playing a flexible immortal like Ichorr is crucial to seeing victory more often than defeat. Ichorr's Q ability provides an ally an initial burst of healing, followed by 6 seconds of healing over time and a small damage over time aura. The aura holder is the damage owner, so they will receive any kills it makes. Ichorr's W ability plants a field around him that heals allied immortals and damages enemy immortals and creeps. It also provides Ichorr a 10% bonus to all heals and damage abilities cast while he is inside the circle. Additionally, allies will become invisible until they take an offensive action. Having a damage aura from Ichorr or Vezin, or having your snare on an enemy count as offensive actions. The W ability itself does not count as an offensive action. It is best placed in areas that you know allies or enemies will be, or at least pass through for a few seconds. Ichorr's E ability is a snare and dot. Each tick gets progressively more damaging if the target moves. Cast this on advancing, chasing, or fleeing immortals for maximum effect. Ichorr's R ability creates a bolt of chain lightning, healing allies and harming enemies. It will also decrease the amount of damage affected allies take and increase the amount of damage affected enemies take from all sources. It will target allied and enemy creeps. When used in a team fight, it is best to wait until mid-fight, so you can take advantage of the healing, and the damage reduction or increase bonuses will catch the enemy off guard. It can also be used as effective single target nuke due to its long range. Ichorr is an excellent pusher, having good sustainability, strong creep management in his Q and W, survivability, and a deceptively strong finishing burst in his E and R. Additionally, in my DPS build, he provides more turret smashing ability than other common split pushers such as Vezin or Scorpix. Ichorr is also a great tower defender. His Q and W make the area under your tower very unfriendly, while your E prevents the enemy from leaving quickly, hopefully leading them to take more turret hits and die. Here, I pulled aggro with my W while still hitting the tower. I also provided AoE healing and half-killed that creep wave. Then I dropped a snare to net a kill because nothing goes better with the tower than a kill. But never forget that you are a healer. In this case, I run to a team fight in progress. Our Nisus is almost dead, so I heal her and fall back with the team. After driving off Psycho Zen, we retake the bridge, and I give more healing. But Psycho Zen was hiding in the bushes, so I drop a snare to prevent him from hitting Nisus. She had 18 hit points when Psycho Zen died, and I healed her less than a third of a second before the final dot tick, which would have killed her. So let's take a look at this build that I promised you. I start off with a Windrunner's boots and 3 potions of regeneration. This usually gives me enough sustain in my lane so that I can get enough money to get a Lytle trinket on my first back and maybe even upgrade it. I do need that health and mana when I get back in the lane. My next purchases are usually the belt and barrack scroll. The belt gives you 3 armor for 300 gold, and barrack scroll gives you 3 magic resists for 200 gold. So they're very gold efficient at first level. Then I pick up a Staff of Iridium for a little bit more spirit vamp and weapon damage so I can actually use my abilities to the fullest. And I finish that off with a Necklace of Tears. I don't upgrade the Necklace of Tears pretty much ever because it's extremely expensive, but you definitely want to wait at least until you know you're not going to swap over to DPS. If you do know that you need to swap over to DPS, immediately sell your necklace and pick up the Cleric's Charm in its place, upgrading that to the Hierophant's Talisman, which will give you a bit of healing for yourself so you can stay tanky and a little bit of attack speed. then I have a choice to make. Either I keep the Belt of the Titans for the armor pen and replace Barrack's Scroll with a Murderous Edge to give me more DPS, or I keep Barrack's Opus and sell off the Belt of Titans, in which case I need an extra source of armor penetration. So I pick up the Quick Blade for that, upgrading to the maximum level. At the maximum level, once you hit somebody in that extra 30% armor penetration procs, you'll see a small green cloud over them. That means that it's time to use your abilities on them. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down in the comments section. I welcome constructive criticisms or just random words strung together. Have fun.